So if you've ever found yourself walking into a room and forgetting why you are there, staring at a screen, unable to focus, or feeling like your mind is wrapped in cotton wool, you are absolutely not alone. Today we'll dive into what brain fog actually is, why it's so common during the perimenopause and menopausal transition, what the science says, and most importantly, what you can do about it, including lifestyle, medical, and holistic treatments. So grab a cup of tea, take a seat, settle in, and let's get started. Welcome to Menopause Nurse Memos, empowering midlife one memo at a time, the podcast where we tackle perimenopause and menopause topics head on with honesty, empathy, and a whole lot of heart. I'm Vicky Ellison, a nurse for 33 years and a menopause specialist nurse practitioner, an independent prescriber, and founder of Calm Menopause and Wellbeing Clinic based in Appley Bridge. So what is brain fog? Let's begin with defining what we're talking about. Brain fog isn't a medical diagnosis, but rather a way to describe a set of cognitive symptoms, and most women describe it as forgetfulness, trouble concentrating, difficulty finding words, slower processing of information, and feeling mentally cloudy or just off. Now, these symptoms can vary in intensity and frequency, but during perimenopause and menopause, they are very common. Some studies suggest up to 60% of women experience these cognitive changes during this period of their lives. And it's not just in your head. There are very real hormonal, neurological, and psychological changes at play here. So this nicely leads on to why does it happen? What are the hormone connections? Let's unpack the science a little bit. What's actually causing this foggy feeling? Well, the contributing factors are estrogen, progesterone, and to some extent testosterone, hormones that don't just regulate reproduction, but also play key roles in brain function. And here's how estrogen, especially estradiol, has a direct influence on the brain. It helps regulate neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and acetylcholine, which are involved in mood, memory, and attention. It also plays a role in protecting neurons and promoting synaptic connections. When estrogen levels fluctuate, as they do wildly in perimenopause, the brain can struggle to maintain its usual clarity and speed. Progesterone has calming, sedative-like effects on the brain, and its decline can contribute to anxiety and sleep issues, which further impair concentration and cognition. Sleep disruption is a big piece of the puzzle. If you are not sleeping due to night sweats or anxiety, your brain simply isn't going to function optimally the next day. Cortisol, which is the stress hormone, can also spike during this time, leading to even more disruption in brain chemistry. So the takeaway message is that it's not just one thing. It's a perfect storm of hormonal chaos, sleep issues, stress, and often a busy life stage such as career pressures, caregiving, and families, which all blended together can heighten the symptoms of brain fog and poor concentration. It can have a psychological impact on both you and your family and colleagues. Now, beyond the physical and hormonal changes, let's talk about the emotional toll. Many women feel a deep sense of worry when brain fog sets in. There's fear of early dementia, anxiety about workplace performance, or frustration in daily life. But it's important to remember these symptoms are typically transient. They don't indicate long-term cognitive decline, although they can feel alarming. In fact, research shows that for many women, cognitive function improves again in the postmenopausal years once hormone levels stabilise. So what can we do about it? Okay, here's the part we've probably been waiting for, and that's what you can do to manage or even reverse brain fog. Let's explore evidence-based strategies across several categories. Starting with lifestyle changes. Sleep. So prioritise sleep like your life depends on it. Because your brain does. Use good sleep hygiene, such as having a cool, dark room, avoiding screens before bed, and reduce or ideally stop caffeine and alcohol intake, particularly before bed. And nutrition, which is fuel for your brain. Eating diets rich in omega-3 fatty acids, such as pilchards, mackerels, sardines, salmon, and fresh tuna, leafy green vegetables, berries, nuts, and whole grains have all been shown to support cognitive function. Consider a Mediterranean-style diet with plenty of oily fish and olive oil. And exercise. The aerobic exercise boosts blood flow to the brain and stimulates growth factors that improve brain function. So aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate exercise a week. Having some mental stimulation by keeping your brain active, doing daily, regular puzzles, reading, learning new skills, or even playing music can strengthen your cognitive resilience. Focusing on mind and body practices, such as mindfulness and meditation. So studies have shown that mindfulness meditation can reduce stress, improve attention, and even increase grey matter in the brain. Yoga and breathing exercises. Not only do these help regulate your nervous system, but they also improve sleep and reduce anxiety, which both support better focus. Hormone replacement therapy, or HRT for short. This one's a big topic and it's not one size fits all, but here's what the research says. HRT, particularly estrogen therapy, has shown benefits for some women in improving memory and cognition, especially if started near the onset of menopause and even during the perimenopause. It should be noted that if a woman still has a womb, then she will also require progesterone as part of the HRT preparation, as well as the estrogen. The timing hypotheses suggest that starting HRT within 10 years of menopause can offer cognitive protection, while starting it later may not always have the same benefits on cognition. It's not a blanket recommendation, but if your symptoms are severe, it's worth discussing with a menopause specialist about options available. Supplements and nootropics, also known as cognitive enhancers, can be of great benefit. Some women find benefits from certain supplements, although evidence is mixed. A few that are commonly discussed are omega-3s, vitamin D, ideally taking at least 1,000 international units a day, vitamin B, particularly B12 and folate, generally found in green leafy vegetables, meat, fish, eggs, and fortified cereals, and lion's mane mushroom, a trendy nootropic with some early promise in neuroregeneration. I would advise that you always check with your doctor before adding in supplements, especially if you are on other medications. Finally, real talk and reassurance. If you are feeling like you've lost a part of yourself, like your sharp mind has dulled, or you can't keep up, you are not alone. Brain fog during perimenopause and menopause is common, natural, and most importantly treatable. You don't have to just power through. You have options, from lifestyle shifts to hormone replacement therapy, to simply giving yourself more compassion. You can absolutely support your brain and thrive in this new chapter. Menopause isn't the end, it's the beginning of the next chapter, and you deserve to feel clear, strong, and empowered through it. So until next time, be kind to your mind and know that clarity is always within reach. Next time on the podcast, the effects of perimenopause and menopause can have in the workplace. Thank you for spending time with me today on Menopause Nurse Memos. If this episode resonates with you or you know someone who needs to hear it, then share and leave your comments in the chat. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Until the next time, take care of yourselves. You are worth it.